Alright, welcome back to the channel. So, this is going to be a video for Gen Z, especially the younger Gen Z and Gen Alpha, okay? So, terrible day. Just got out of work in a factory. As per my last video. But I need to let you guys know something. I'm 32 years old, like I've said. I'm not that old, but I'm not that young either. I've seen how America has changed into, America's never been perfect, all right? It's never been a country where there's always been peace, there's always been prosperity, there's always been wars of some kind, right? But I've seen this country go from affordable over the years and somewhat semi-peaceful to and what it is now, which is an absolute fucking shit show and an absolute disaster. We have record high inflation. We have a psychopathic president, in my personal opinion, in power, just like the others before him. We have record high rent prices. We have record high housing prices. Like I said, we have no jobs. We have a food crisis right now. Food prices are outrageous. Gen Z and Gen Alpha and all future generations are going to have to start their own thing. Entrepreneurship is going to be a must in the future, because with the way these employers are, with the lack of jobs right now, it's only a matter of time before you get fired. It's only a matter of time before they replace you someone else. It's only a matter of time before the AI replaces you. There are too many things right now. There are too many variables right now for you to depend on just one job. You got immigrants coming in you have to deal with. You have AI coming to replace your jobs. Not to mention you have millions. I'm sorry, you got millions of applicants. Millions of applicants. All across the world, you're competing. You're no longer just competing with people in your hometown like we used to way back in the day. And it's not like that anymore. It's not going to be like that ever again. With the rise of the internet, you're competing with everybody around the world. You're competing with AI. Like I said, you're competing with cheap labor. You're competing with them shipping jobs overseas. Social media and doing your own thing, whether it's some kind of entrepreneurship in trades, will be the future. They will be the future. Now, whether you want to get into trades or not, that's a whole nother discussion. I personally think that trades are very hard on the body, but that's totally up to you. But if you are not on social media in 2025, you need to get on social media, because this world has changed. This world revolves around social media. Whether you're trying to advertise for as an electrician, or whatever you're trying to advertise your YouTube channel, or whatever you're trying to do. Okay? Whatever you're trying to do or whatever you want to do, you need to double down on that. Whether it's one thing or it's multiple things, you need to double down on that while you're young, and you need to put all your heart and soul into it. Because I'm telling you now, when push comes to shove, if your boss doesn't like you, or if they see you slacking, or if they just want to get rid of you in general, they're going to get rid of you. Just like that. And this economic future that we're heading towards now is one of extreme poverty and uncertainty as far as what kind of jobs are going to be available, what kind of jobs AI is going to take. Everything is up in the air right now. Now is the time to experiment. Now is the time to choose entrepreneurship. Now is the time to build your own thing, build your own business. Now is the time to take steps towards doing something that you love. Something that can give you that financial freedom that you need, so you don't ever have to take shit from a boss like I am every single day. So you don't ever have to go into work and dread the fact that you have to punch in every single fucking day for money because because you didn't build something. And again, I'm building something. I'm working on building something. But would I have known about my parents and my situation, would I have known now, I would have went homeless a long time ago. But unfortunately I didn't. But I'm telling you, for the future generations, I'm telling you for Gen Z, I'm talking to Gen Z right now, and I'm telling Gen Alpha, and I'm telling all the future generations, anybody who comes across this video, if YouTube is still even around, that you need to start your own thing. Entrepreneurship is the way forward. It is the only way forward, because at the very least then you will own your work, you will take pride in what you're doing, you'll love what you're doing, and you won't wake up with dread in your soul, and you won't wake up with a weary heart, and you won't wake up with a weary mind, and you won't wake up thinking, another day of this fucking shit, another day that I have to go into this fucking job, listen to this fucking boss, clock into this clock, do what they tell me to do all day long, while my boss tells me to work faster, faster, faster. You're not working faster enough. Faster, faster, faster. They will never be satisfied, guys. Ever. These bosses will never be satisfied. It doesn't matter how hard you work for them, or how long you work for them, or how many days consecutively you work hard for them, and you work long hours for them, and you stay overtime, whatever. Again, I told this story. I'm going to end it with this story. I told this story in a previous video, but I'm going to tell it for all my new viewers, okay? Because you need to hear it. By the way, if you haven't, if you want to, you can go watch Employers. Don't be surprised that nobody wants to work part 3 for that story. But for my new viewers who just want to stick around with this video, I'll tell you the story. I'll tell you why I'm done busting my ass for these companies. I'll work just enough, but I'm not busting my ass for these companies for anymore, because it never got me anywhere. I'm doing my own thing. I'm working on my own thing to get money right now. I'm working on multiple things to get money right now. Okay? But again, for all my new viewers, I'm going to tell you the story. So there's this guy at work. All right? We're just going to call him John. My coworkers told me about him, okay? Now John was this guy who used to work there before I came there, right? He used to be a machine operator at a company called Medline, right? Medline was still is a kind of like a how can I describe Medline? It's like a cloth company. So they sell medical supplies. Basically, you can say they sell medical supplies, but in my case, I was making solution-based cloth wipes, as a machine operator. But yeah, there's this guy named John, and my coworkers would tell me about him. And one day, they told me that he just didn't come to work. And days and weeks and months passed, and nobody knew where John was. He just didn't show up anymore. He was always on time, always worked hard, this and that. Everybody had good things, nothing but good things to say about him, right? So nobody really asked where he was. Human resources never really asked. Nobody of the bosses asked where he was until one of his friends, which was his coworkers, sent him a message and tried to get into contact with him. And one of their relatives answered back and said, he passed away. Well, the managers didn't find out. The human resources didn't find out about this until like 4 or 5 months later. And what happened was they ended up posting a picture of him on where his locker used to be, of him fishing. Now, I'm not sure. I think they got the picture from a relative. But they ended up posting a picture of him, I believe he was fishing on his locker about 4 or 5 months after the fact that he died. And they didn't have a second thought about it. They had no idea where this they had no idea where this guy went. They didn't even know he died. They had no idea. It was, like I said, it was only till like 4 or 5 months later that they finally posted a picture of him on his locker that said, in memory, in honor of, in loving memory of so-and-so. And I had a picture of his face. my point is, guys, these companies do not give a shit about you. That is why I'm working on YouTube. That is, again, I'm saying YouTube is only business. Yes, I'm making money from YouTube, but I'm also working on other side hustles. But I'm just saying, I'm telling you guys that life is too short to keep fucking doing this, to fucking keep dealing with these bosses. Life is too short to live for the weekend. Life is too short to live for small moments like having a drink with your friends and of course, I'm not saying those moments aren't important, but it's too short to pass every single weekend doing things like watching the game or playing games or going to the bar and getting drunk, or just things that won't matter in 20 to 30 years. What's going to be important are the people that are the people that are around you that care about you. Because your employers are never going to care about you. Your bosses are never going to care about you. Most of your coworkers are never going to care about you. I mean, let's just be real. And you want to be doing the things that you love until the very last day. And I'm not saying, well, do what you love, and you'll never work a day in your life again. I don't completely agree with that quote, because it's like, even doing the things you love, you'll eventually get sick of it if you do it enough, but most of the time you'll like doing it. As long as you're doing one or multiple things that you really, really like doing, most of the time you'll work and you will love doing it. But of course, like I said, there's going to be bad days. But guys, just listen to my advice. As someone who's 32 and still working in a warehouse and having to deal with this fucking boss every day, always on my back, just me, always telling me to work faster, this and that. It's just like, it gets old. It really gets old. Especially when you're in my position, you don't have family around that really gives a shit about you. You don't have parents that really ever give a shit about you. You wanna be in a position where you're at least doing something you love and you're making enough to make a living from it and getting paid from it. So, again, that's my message to Gen Z, and that's my message to Gen Alpha and all the future generations. So, till the next one, guys. Talk to you in the next one, and remember what I said. Life's too short to be dealing with bullshit. What I'm dealing with, especially. So, take care in the next one.